What's up, guys? I wanted to talk to you today about my 3 lessons that I learned from World Arena Season 1 and what I'd like to do to change my strategy going into Season 2. Season 1 I thought was really fun. I enjoyed playing it. It was a little stressful, a little more than normal Arena, which I thought was good. What I liked about it is that there was that little bit of moment when you're queuing and you're like, who am I going to get? And you see if they're higher ranked than you or lower ranked than you, and you have certain expectations. If you recognize the player, that can be kind of exciting but also scary. And I also liked that, you didn't win every single match. I didn't play a ton of matches compared to a lot of people. My victory rate was right at about 60%. But compared to normal Arena, when you win almost everything, you get to pick your opponents, this had a lot more drama to it. So the 3 things I learned. Number 1, push early. Don't wait till the end, like I did. That was a mistake. I thought I was comfortably in G2. I was in the little bit higher than this, low 2000 range, and that was not the case. My rank was falling every day. It got to a point where it fell below the border G1 and G2. I queued a couple times to try to bring it back up. Wildly unsuccessful. There's a lot of really, really good players that are pushing on the last day or the second to the last day, and they might be in Conk 2, Conk 3. You get them in a queue. They crush you because theoretically their Kona is faster than your Bastet, just in theory, and you fall. You're losing way more points than you would had you queued in the meat of the season. So my goal for next season, queue early, push early, and then kind of wait it out. And it's gross at the end of the season. It's just gross. And you guys who have been playing that probably know that. So that's number 1. Second lesson I learned. Have a plan for going second. I have a plan for going first, and most of the time when I go first, I have a really high win rate, much higher than my normal 60%. I'd say it's probably 80 to 90%, somewhere in that. It's a little bit higher. When I go second, I'm in a lot worse shape, and when I watch players that are highly successful in all their matches, they don't always go first, and they know what to do when it looks like they're going second, and they pivot into that right away. Usually involves tankier units, will, and shield. That was one thing I thought was really great about Koopa's play at the Invitational. That shield set he had, I don't know who it was on, but it just gave you a little bit less chance of resisting or of getting stripped from an Orion or something like that. So me personally, I need a better plan for going second. My current plan is to go first, and when it fails, then I generally lose. The last lesson I learned from World Arena Season 1 is what to do when it's not a control match. I need to figure that out. I'm still not quite sure. Most matches are control. It's I put up immunity, you put up immunity, I take your immunity, you take my immunity, I reset your units, and back and forth, back and forth. Takes a while, someone gets a kill, pushes a little more. A lot of matches are right in that control range, which is great, but there's 2, I would say, fringes on either end of the control spectrum that are wildly successful, and you don't see them enough, at least I don't see them enough to have a strong feeling of how to counter them. And I've never played them, so it's hard for me to imagine what they're exactly doing to be successful. The first one is Super Yolo Speed, where they have 2 speed leaders. Usually there's a Faye and a Sierra. Sometimes a Gemini is that speed leader. 2 speed leaders, 2 strippers usually, and then 2 DPSs, which can change depending on the match. And they put a lot of pressure, and I have a couple things I'd like to do, like put in a Praha, something tanky that can come back, just like as if you were getting Lucianed. But I would like to get better at recognizing them earlier and getting my counters up more reliably. And it's hard to get practice against them because you see them every once in a while, and it's, you're kind of thinking on the fly. They put you off your normal game. The second type of team I haven't seen a lot of recently is the all-defensive team. So you're using Bulldozer, Copper, Imseti, those sorts of units. And that can be wildly successful. You don't see it enough. It's kind of hard to counter because it doesn't take damage in the same way. It doesn't deal damage in the same way. They can go first, they can go second. It's an interesting team. One of my guildies has run that team to G2, which I think is really, really impressive. So his name is Booga. Let's see if we can't find him here. Booga, where are you? Did I already pass him? I probably already passed him. So I want to say he's like 2050, something like that. Well, I don't see him here. There's Brawlies. Maybe there he is. 2053. I mean, that's solid G2, all defensive. So I'm going to show you some of his units just to kind of get a sense of what he's doing. It's very, very different than what I do in World Arena, and his replays in Guild Chat are always really interesting because they're so different. They're fascinating to watch. So here's his blue guy, Tractor. A lot of defense. Violent Nem, pretty cool. This Bulldozer is insane. Let me show you this Bulldozer. Where is that guy? First he's Elvis, which more kid want. Guard Will. Defense, crit damage, defense. Look at those stats. 72 crit, 190 crit damage, 2300 defense. That thing is ridiculous. I believe he uses his Delphoy sometimes. Violent Will. I know he uses his Copper. 81 crit, 174 crit damage. Ridiculous defense. 2200, something like that. 2300. And then Imseti. 172. Probably one of his better Swift sets would be my guess. Speed, HP, accuracy, and then probably Sylvia gets some use. So I would like to know better how to counter those defensive RTA comps, and I'd also like to maybe make one because they use Guild War runes if you want to do Guild Wars with defense, and they use a completely different set of runes than what you use for almost all aspects of the game, which would be nice to be able to put my RTA units on their own set of runes, be one of those people that others don't play much, and be successful at it. I don't know that I have the runes to be as good as him or be as successful as him, but that would be nice. So, top 3 lessons I learned from World Arena Season 1. I hope this was helpful, and I'm sure there's lots of other things people have noticed or would like to work on. I just thought I would share my experience with you so that maybe you'll be looking forward to those things too in RTA Season 2. Good luck to everybody who's pushing G1, who's pushing Conk 3, who's pushing G2. It was a really fun season, and I think it's a great asset to the game. So until next time, guys, take care.